Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a really incredible topic, the beauty of Pakistan. We're going to go on this sweeping visual journey into a land that's just completely packed with breathtaking landscapes and an incredibly deep, rich culture. I am so excited to guide you through this because we're looking at a place where truly unique geography and human history just kind of collide in the most fascinating ways. We're talking about a spot on the globe that gives you everything from towering heights to deeply rooted traditions. So let's jump right in. Assalamu alaikum. We're kicking things off with this traditional greeting, which literally translates to peace be upon you. And, it's such an important starting point because it immediately sets the stage. It immerses us right away in this amazing feeling of warmth, invitation, and just absolute hospitality. You're not just some passive observer here learning about geography, right? You're being personally welcomed as a guest to explore this beautiful land. And that concept of peace and welcome, well, it's totally essential to understanding the whole cultural fabric we're weaving through today. It completely frames everything that comes next. Okay, let's dive into this because the actual foundation of this country's physical beauty is built on some just awe-inspiring natural elements. We're talking about a landscape that is blessed with breathtaking mountains, lush green valleys, and these massive flowing rivers. I mean, think about the sheer scale of that for a second. We're not just looking at one flat, endless type of terrain. Instead, you've got these three totally distinct things going on. You have these high, majestic mountain altitudes, quite literally touching the clouds. Then, tucked safely below them, you find these incredibly vibrant green valleys. And cutting right through the whole thing, the dynamic, constant motion of flowing rivers. It really forms the literal bedrock of the nation's natural beauty, providing this constant sense of motion and life. And this geographic footprint features some crazy extremes. On one hand, you have the snowy peaks of the north, and they are juxtaposed right up against the golden deserts of the south. This sensory contrast is amazing. It shows us that every single region has its own entirely unique vibe and beauty. Up north, you're just surrounded by stark, freezing, majestic white snows. But then, as you make your way south, the whole environment just completely transforms, and eventually, you're standing in these vast, warm, golden sands that stretch all the way out to the horizon. It's like you're in two completely different worlds, but it's all contained within one unified nation. So, if we zoom out to a more macroscopic view, this land is undeniably home to some incredible natural wonders. Beyond just those peaks and deserts, you've got vast, dense forests and perfectly serene lakes just scattered all across the terrain. And honestly, it is absolutely crucial to point out that we are looking at some of the world's highest mountains here. These aren't your everyday run-of-the-mill hills. These are towering global giants. They have a massive presence on the world stage, making this country an essential hub for some of the planet's most magnificent natural geography. It's the kind of topography that just really humbles you. Because of those majestic landscapes, the serene lakes, and those global peaks we were just talking about, thousands of visitors are drawn here every single year. It is a literal global magnet. People come specifically to explore this immense natural beauty and, just as importantly, to experience the culture firsthand. And that number, thousands, that represents this constant flow of curiosity and admiration from all over the globe. People aren't just looking at pictures on their phones. They're actually packing their bags, crossing oceans, and arriving in the thousands to hike those trails, cross those rivers, and see those golden deserts with their very own eyes. But of course, any country is a whole lot more than just its physical geography, right? So, transitioning from the land itself over to the people who actually live there, we find a history that is incredibly deep. It's rooted in three very specific pillars: courage, sacrifice, and resilience. This isn't just a passive, pretty landscape. It is a place fundamentally shaped by a history of people overcoming immense challenges. I mean, it takes some serious resilience and courage to thrive across such extreme landscapes, from the freezing north to the super arid south. That history of sacrifice completely informs the character of the nation today. The environment shaped the people, and in return, their resilience let them build a lasting legacy. And that brings us to the vibrant heartbeat of the people. The culture is this rich tapestry, and it's woven with incredibly warm-hearted hospitality, really strong family values, amazing traditional foods, beautifully colorful festivals, and just wonderfully diverse languages. When you mash all of that together, it becomes crystal clear what makes this country so incredibly special. You've got this legendary hospitality where literally guests are treated like family. You have a culinary scene packed with rich traditional foods. Add in the visual explosion of colorful festivals lighting up the calendar and all the different languages spoken across the regions. It's an energetic, living, breathing culture that thrives perfectly alongside those breathtaking landscapes.
So, the crucial point is, with all of this profound beauty and rich cultural heritage comes a shared civic duty. We have a clear responsibility, and it breaks down into 3 steps. First, we have to protect our environment, which makes total sense when you think about those peaks and ancient forests we just looked at. We have to maintain them so they don't fade. Second, respect one another. That means directly honoring those strong family values and the diverse languages spoken all across the valleys and deserts. And third, we need to work together for a brighter future. It's a very direct, structured call to action. We can't just admire this place. We actually have to actively sustain it through respect and collective effort.
All of this builds to a defining thesis. Just let this thought breathe for a second. Pakistan is more than just a place on the map. It is a land of hope, dreams, and endless possibilities. That statement beautifully elevates everything we've just talked about. We mapped out the physical north and the south, the rivers and the deserts, the literal coordinates on the globe, right? But this quote argues that the real beauty of the nation lies in its boundless potential. It's a beacon of hope and dreams, brought to life every single day by the resilient, warm-hearted people who actually call it home. It's such a great reminder that a nation's true worth is found in its spirit. Which leaves us with a final, really vital question to reflect on as we wrap up our journey today. How will you help protect this beauty and build a brighter future? Because enjoying these natural wonders and rich cultures, it's not just a passive experience. It comes with universal environmental and social duties. We all have a part to play in making sure that this land of hope and endless possibilities stays vibrant and protected for generations to come. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I'm going to leave you with a traditional sentiment that perfectly echoes the hospitality we started with. Allah Hafiz.